Hello, everyone. This is Felicia Bender, the Practical Numerologist, with your numerology forecast for the 5 personal year for July 2023. So, if you are new to numerology, I ask you to please take a moment, go to feliciabender.com, click on monthly forecast. There is a calculator there where you can calculate your personal year number. There's also in the description box below a very quick, simple, easy way to do this calculation manually. It is not tough math, I promise you. Take it 2 seconds. And yet the reason that I bring this up front is because this forecast is based on the personal year, not on the life path numbers. So those are two entirely different things in numerology. Just want to make sure you're at the right place at the right time, listening to the correct forecast. So let's jump right into July. If you are in a 5 personal year, July is a 3 personal month for you. It is a 3 month. So what does that mean? It means that this is your month to get up and go. As if you're moving and shaking. 5 personal year hasn't had enough of that already. The 3 and the 5 are good buddies, I got to tell you. And so they're going to team up for you and with you this month in July. It's going to be a party, I hope. So if you've been reading your forecast this year, it's really not news to you that this is a freedom focused year. Freedom through self-discipline, right? That's always the key element for the 5. And yet now that you're halfway through the year, bridging into, we're moving into more than halfway through, things are starting to shake out a little bit in your 5, aren't they? I would think so. And yet I would ask you right now to kind of revisit your your vision board for the year. But seriously, what does freedom mean to you? What does it mean? What represents freedom to you? It kind of sounds like a simple question, but it really isn't. Is freedom at this point in your life, is it more money? Maybe it's more time, a different job, different marital status. What is it? What is the impetus, the nucleus of freedom and what you're seeking right now? Because there are a lot of unexpected opportunities for you that are moving, that are there again for you. We talk about what is meant for you will find you. And in a 5 personal year, that takes on added fun or significance or trust in as you shake something up, that the pieces will land where they are meant to land, even though it seems like chaos at the time, right? So this is what you got going on all year long. Some people love it. They love the wind in their hair. They love not knowing, which couch they're going to be sleeping on tonight or tomorrow night. And I'm saying this metaphorically, maybe literally, but metaphorically speaking. And some people, that is their worst nightmare, right? Not knowing, not having clarity, not having a plan, not having rules, not all of that. So who are you and where are you within that is a really interesting element. Let's put it that way. Don't mean to laugh, but there's so many different ways that each of us engage with when we're given freedom. Some people know what to do with it and just run, and some people just hold it or drop it on the ground and say, not me, right? I don't want that. So who are you and how is that playing out for you in your 5 personal year? So interestingly, in your 5 personal year, you only get 1 month, and it happens to be this month, 1 month out of 12 that brings you this dynamic, creative energy of the number 3. So I would really ask you to make it count. The 3 is all about fun, just like the 5. It's more about communication, emotional expression, creativity. This could really be a great month for creative projects, getting those creative projects either off the ground or in front of someone, or just the content being created right now as well. And I'll put a direct spotlight on the sticky, or maybe the stickier potentials, or aspects of that 5 personal year, which is that the creation of freedom through disciplined actions, with some focus, with some follow through, could prove to be a little bit elusive maybe this month. With the 3, which also brings in, it's a little bit of that frenetic energy, that's so many ideas, so little time, right? And yet very much more difficult to land, right? And to do the follow through. So if you're feeling that, know that it's okay to feel that, and yet attempt to ground yourself a little bit if you can. So change is on the horizon. You're getting ready for some major transitions toward the end of the year. So given that we're past that midway point, I'm going to suggest that you begin to think about, how do I feel right now? Can I rein it in? Can I begin to focus on one thing, or maybe 3 things rather than 18 things, right? Do I have kind of that been there, done that feeling? I always find that the 5, the energy of the 5 is that asking you, begging you to dive in and experience things, right? Do the experience, and yet come out the other side and go, okay, been there, done that. What do I want to hang on to there, and what am I done with, right? So hopefully there has been a little bit of that, been there, done that, right about now, and you're beginning to see and feel into those very real changes that you are going to want to take a hold of, to focus on, and to follow through with for the rest of the year. So you may have been bouncing around maybe with different opportunities, different ideas, all of those things. And that's been the point of the first part of the year, a little bit of, so many balls in the air, juggling. And yet now you're going to be, grabbing each of those and putting them down, and deciding if you want to juggle with more balls, or if you don't want to be a juggler anymore. Maybe you don't want to juggle anymore, or at least not in the same way. So in the romance department, I hope you've been taking advantage of any swipe right opportunities that have come across your path this year so far. And I do want to say also that sometimes the 5 personal year doesn't yield the super sensual experiences that you maybe think it should or wish it would. And just as a reminder, for those of you who may not be as well versed in numerology and what these numbers bring to the table, the 5 is super sexy. It's sensual. It's all about that, the experience of, with the senses, with the tactile nature of things, whether it's sex, or eating great food, or having wonderful just feeling the wonderful fabric on your skin, smelling the fragrances. It's very much about the senses. So often during a 5 personal year, you find that you're a little more sensitive to sensory stimulus in that way, in whatever way it shows up for you. And while it is a time where your sex appeal, numerologically speaking, is at an all-time high, I hope you've noticed that, by the way. If you are at a point in your life where hooking up or casual dating just isn't your jam, this may be an aspect of the year that might feel a little bit unfulfilled. If you're already partnered, hopefully you've been enjoying kind of an infusion of fun and sensuous play in your relationship. That's part of the 5 as well. And yet never fear if you are waiting for a long-term connection. This year is paving the way, potentially, for calling in your +1. So next year is a 6 personal year, which is all about relationships and commitment. So if that is your desire, I just say hang in there. You might very well collide with someone who has some staying power in your life, and the relationship will begin to deepen and develop in the coming months, right? So maybe you've started dating someone, or maybe you've been dating a couple people, and you decide that this, this one person is the one you're much more interested in than the others, and maybe you got, you decide to be to just be together, and you go tell the other people that you're not interested, that sort of thing. So you know what I mean. So anyway, that could be happening right now. So it is funny because there is a chance that you've already started reflecting on some of that been there, done that moments from the year. And I just want to bring in, I love this quote, so I'm going to throw it at you. Dean Martin, he once said, "Good judgment comes from experience, and experience, well, that comes from poor judgment." So it is funny. If you think about it, usually the stories people tell are not the stories about when something went really resoundingly, fabulously on target and well. Usually the stories are the, oh my God, let me tell you what happened, right? So hopefully there have been a few of those stories that you get to pocket to tell as you move through this year and beyond. So from July the 2nd through the 20th, I would ask you to express yourself by participating in whatever you might consider unusual or unique or unexpected offerings or experiences that might land in your world, where maybe in the past you'd go, I don't think so. This is your, say yes. This is your month of saying yes. These are opportunities that are aligned with changes that are going to lead to new openings or will expand some of those ongoing endeavors that you have. I would say also to enjoy family, make sure that you allow time for special activities with kids, children, if you have your own, if you have friends and family with kids, it depends on where you are with all that, or maybe the kid in you that you get to, that you get to usher out to play, particularly around July 11th or the 18th. So if you can carve out some time for travel in July, please do so. Both the energies of the 3 and the 5 of your personal year, they offer up some fun and adventure if you are up for it. So the energy of the 3 allows for some creativity, some self-expression, and is going to infuse some heightened emotional sensitivity into the mix. So July is going to offer some moments that are designed to open you up and to show you some deeper truths about yourself and about others and about your life. So be spontaneous and be open to new directions and new possibilities. All right, that is your forecast for July. If you are numerology curious, just please head on over to FeliciaBender.com. You can find plenty of free resources, articles, life path information. If you'd like to do a deep dive on your own personal numerology, I do offer private sessions, and you can find out more about those at FeliciaBender.com as well. So otherwise, I'm looking forward to meeting you next month to see what August has in store for you. Meanwhile, have a wonderful July. I'll see you back here then.